You know you should leave, but the thought of it triggers a deep, almost existential dread. That feeling isn't loyalty. It's a precisely engineered behavioral program running on your nervous system. Many feel this quiet, persistent dread when contemplating an exit from the machine. It's more than the fear of financial loss. It's a visceral sensation, like the idea of amputating a part of your own self. This profound discomfort, the exhaustion it generates, serves as a signal. Your internal system is trying to warn you that something fundamental is misaligned, but it speaks in a language you haven't yet learned to translate. The question is, why does leaving feel like losing an arm when it's just a job? This visceral cost of exiting, this feeling of losing an identity rather than just a paycheck, is a common experience for those deep inside the machine. The warmth you've felt, the sense of belonging within your institution, isn't an organic connection that grew naturally. Instead, it's a sophisticated behavioral program. It was strategically designed and installed by the institution itself, precisely to fuse your core sense of self with its very structure. This manufactured belonging creates a powerful tether, a psychological anchor that feels unbreakable from the inside. But if it's engineered, how exactly does this program get installed into your nervous system? The fusion mechanism isn't some grand, overt manipulation. It's far more insidious. It operates through countless small, almost imperceptible micro-compliance points woven into your daily existence. Your day-to-day actions, the carefully constructed performance review cycles, even seemingly casual manager feedback sessions, these aren't just about evaluating work. They are precise tools of operant conditioning, designed to reinforce your role as an extension of the system. Each meets expectations on a review. Every positive word from your manager slowly calibrates your self-worth to your function within the machine. This creates profound cognitive dissonance if you ever consider leaving, because a part of your brain now perceives the machine's survival as directly tied to your own. This emotional warmth of institutional belonging, often rebranded as culture, functions as a dark psychology tactic. It's an integral part of the larger systemic exploitation at play. This isn't about fostering genuine human connection. It's designed to extract your commitment, your sense of purpose, and ultimately your very identity, then tether it firmly to the machine. It ensures that the machine retains maximum control over your output and your potential, guaranteeing a continuous extraction loop of your time and energy. The more fused you become, the more resources they can pull from you, under the guise of shared values. It's a self-sustaining cycle, designed for maximum yield. Once your identity is fused, the mere icaritan of leaving feels like an imminent self-amputation. This powerful, primal fear keeps you compliant within the grind, unable to consider alternatives, even when the job actively depletes you. The installed behavioral program effectively locks you into place, preventing a radical reinvention and autonomous action needed for the current, urgent evolutionary moment. You're trapped not by physical chains, but by an internal operating system that has been rewritten to prioritize the machine's survival over your own. This is the deepest layer of the mechanism, preventing your escape by making your freedom feel like your own undoing. But this sensation, this dread, is not an authentic threat to your core self. Recognize this. The dread you feel is a conditioned response. It is your nervous system reacting to an installed behavioral program, not an authentic threat to who you are. The machine has expertly gaslighted your internal compass, convincing you that its existence is synonymous with your own purpose and safety. This is the moment to deconstruct that fusion. Understand that the ties binding you are not organic. They are psychological constructs, carefully built one micro-compliance at a time. This understanding is the first countermeasure, the initial breach in the containment field of your own mind. It shifts the entire dynamic from "I'm losing myself" to "I'm unhooking a program." Now it's easy to believe that simply recognizing this manipulation is enough to break its hold, that knowing it's a program will automatically deactivate it. Many fall into this trap, thinking intellectual awareness alone will override years of deep-seated operant conditioning. They try to think their way out of the problem, only to find the dread returns, reinforced by habit and the machine's continuous pressure. The truth is, awareness is only the first step. You cannot simply unplug a behavioral program that is fused with your identity. You must tactically replace it by building a completely new anchor point for your sense of self, outside the machine's grasp. This is not about dismantling what is, but constructing what will be. The critical countermeasure is a deliberate, tactical diffusion of identity. This isn't about escaping of something. It's about building towards something new. Start by creating a parallel, non-work-related anchor for your sense of self and future purpose. This means intentionally investing your time and energy into activities, relationships, and skills that have absolutely no connection to your employment or your manager's approval. Build something completely independent of the machine. This new anchor acts as a ballast, shifting your center of gravity away from the systemic exploitation that has defined you. It's an act of repatterning your nervous system, allowing you to update your internal operating system. This isn't about finding a new hobby. It's about intentionally establishing an independent source of worth and direction. It's about building a fortress for your authentic self, brick by concrete brick, outside the perimeter of the machine. This tactical re-anchoring of your identity provides the internal leverage to resist the psychological pull of the grind and the subtle gaslighting that keeps you compliant. By building this parallel identity, you re-establish sovereign choice, allowing for the rapid evolution critical for this urgent moment. You gain the clarity to see the extraction loop for what it is, and the strength to finally step outside it. The question is, what will you build first? This tactical re-anchoring of your identity provides the internal immunity you need to disengage. It's not about emotional detachment, but structural disidentification. When your nervous system has a reliable, non-work source of purpose and self-worth, the machine's behavioral program loses its leverage. The threat of career disruption, the fear of financial insecurity, these still register, but they no longer trigger the same deep, identity-level panic. You start to observe the operant conditioning at work, rather than being fully immersed in its output. This countermeasure creates an internal observation deck, allowing you to see the systemic exploitation for what it is, without your core self being held hostage by its perceived necessities. It's the difference between feeling a shock and seeing the wires that deliver it. The belonging you felt was never organic. It was an intricately designed trap, a sophisticated behavioral program. It's a core mechanism of the extraction loop. Companies don't foster culture for morale alone. They do it to fuse your sense of self-worth with their operational output. This emotional warmth functions as a dark psychology tactic, a method of systemic exploitation. It ensures that every micro-compliance, every late night, every concession you make isn't just a task. It's a personal contribution to an identity you believe is yours. When you feel a pang of cognitive dissonance about a decision at work, it's not just your ethics talking. It's your system warning you about the cost of maintaining this false self-alignment with the machine. The existential cost of non-exit is profound and accelerating. When your identity remains fused, the constant threat of leaving feels like self-amputation. This sensation keeps you compliant within the grind, locked into a behavioral program that prioritizes the machine's output over your capacity for reinvention. But the world outside is changing rapidly. The skill sets, the paradigms, the very structures of opportunity are shifting. Your inability to detach means you're unable to update your internal operating system. This isn't just about missing a promotion. It's about missing an entire evolutionary moment. It's systemic exploitation, because the energy you invest in evolving your core self is continuously siphoned into maintaining a compliant, stagnant persona for the machine. To deconstruct this fusion, you must actively differentiate between an authentic threat and a conditioned response. Remember, the dread you feel is not a true threat to your core self. It's an installed behavioral program, the output of years of operant conditioning. When your manager mentions reorgs or a new performance review cycle begins, notice the tightening in your chest, the spike in your nervous system. These are physical manifestations of the conditioning, not genuine indicators of your personal value or future safety. Start to label these sensations. This is the operant conditioning at work. This is the micro-compliance trap triggering fear. This externalization is the first tactical step towards rerouting the feedback loop that keeps you trapped. The identity re-anchor countermeasure requires a deliberate architectural build. Start with the 3 pillars protocol. Pillar 1. Cultivate a distinct, non-work skill or expertise to a measurable level of proficiency. This isn't a hobby. It's a demonstrable capability outside the machine's validation system. Pillar 2. Actively build a network of relationships where your value is based purely on your non-work identity, without any professional titles or affiliations. Pillar 3. Define a clear personal mission or a project that has no direct financial incentive tied to your current employer. These 3 pillars begin to create a parallel center of gravity for your self-worth, an internal operating system independent of the extraction loop's behavioral program. As these new anchors take root, you'll notice a shift in your internal posture. The manager's demands for micro-compliance, the endless requests for quick syncs, they lose their power to hijack your nervous system. You begin to operate from a place of choice, not programmed reaction. This isn't about immediate exit from the grind. It's about reclaiming your autonomy within it, preparing for a strategic departure. The energy previously consumed by cognitive dissonance and the maintenance of a fused identity becomes available for genuine self-development. You are no longer merely enduring. You are strategically building. This re-anchoring frees up your mental and emotional bandwidth to truly perceive and act on opportunities that exist beyond the extraction loop. The machine has spent years installing a behavioral program designed to fuse your identity to its core. It knows that a tethered self cannot easily escape its extraction loop. But that tether is not biological. It is artificial, a product of operant conditioning. The countermeasure is clear. Strategically, deliberately, build your independent self. Start today. Choose one pillar from the re-anchor protocol. Identify a skill. Connect with someone new outside your work sphere, or define a small, personal project. Take the first concrete step towards disengaging your core self from the demands of the grind. Your ability to evolve, to adapt, and to ultimately exit depends on this tactical refoundation. The blueprint is laid. The first brick is yours to place.